So it is the final morning session of these 2019 World Para Athletics Championships in Dubai. Day 8 out of 9. "22 titles being decided on this penultimate day in a perfect divide. 11
women's discus throw
in the morning, 11 in the evening. 11 on the track, 11 in the field. Field events to begin with: men's javelin F57, women's discus F53, men's shot put F40. But we've got quite a few morning track finals here. You'll see the men's 5,000 meters T11. Features the Paralympic world champion Samuel Kamani. Women's 800 T34 as well. Hannah Cockcroft and Cara Denigan going in that once more. Cockcroft winning in the 100 meters earlier this week. Men's 400 T36 decider is coming up as well today. Another lovely sunshine day in Dubai at the Club for People of Determination. China with a wealth of gold medal triumphs last night. 23 golds they have now, 51 total medals. Brazil 12 titles, Ukraine 9, Great Britain 8 after Sophie Hahn won a second goal. Russia, United States, Australia, Germany 6 each. Tunisia 5. Uzbekistan with that impressive haul of 8 medals in total. Tony Biespanen came up with a silver medal last night, supported actually by Amanda Katoya, who's won gold here. She was up behind us. Latvia, Bulgaria with their 2 gold medals each. Canada with a nice haul of 4. Ireland on the board. Gold for Jason Smith, his 19th major championship medal in World Paralympics. And 1 bronze as well for Niamh McCarthy. Namibia, Serbia with the same tallies. Gold and a bronze. Martinez picking up his 2nd medal here for Argentina last night. So she's 3 in total for them. 5 medals so far for Venezuela, all of them bronze. Azerbaijan and South Korea as well. 62 nations have medal to date.
Going into day 8.
So very good morning from Will Downing. It's the last morning session. And here's Tulson Tollett.
How I'm going to miss the morning sessions here. 25 degrees at the moment. It will knock up around the 30-degree mark as we go on during the morning. And what a morning we have. Besides the opening 3 field events, we do have T11 action. Now we've talked about the T54 numerous times in the past, but if you like excitement, the T11 as well is absolutely brilliant. The men's 5,000 meters T11, complete visual impairment, will be the opening final on the track in this final morning session on the penultimate day of these 29 championships. Blazing sunshine, that stand will fill as the morning goes on. Been wonderful weather throughout these championships. The one time it did rain, thankfully, was between sessions. Japan will be heading there next year for the Paralympic Games, and in Kobe in September 2021 for the next World Para Athletics Championships. They've been very solid during these championships, and the crowds have been solid as well. Loads of school children in yesterday, and they'll be here supporting again this morning. Three field events will get us underway. The men's javelin throw F57, women's discus throw F53, and the men's shot put F40, all starting within 6 minutes of each other at the start of this session. Then 9 minutes past 9 local time, we'll have the men's 5,000 metres T11 final. Now back in 2015 in Doha, not far away from here, we saw one of the most spectacular finals ever. Odair Santos, who holds the championship record that he picked up in 2011, was leading pretty much most of the way until he got to about the last 300 metres, and the heat got to him. He cramped up and he fell, and eventually was disqualified for going off the track and missed out altogether. So that is worth waiting around for, that T11 5000, because it is full of high drama, as pretty much all of these championships have been on one day or another. The last 2 nights we've had some magnificent finals on the track and in the field. Championship records, world records, lifetime bests aplenty, and photos aplenty for the crowd as well. Yes, they're out there. Starting very soon. That is the men's shot put F40 area on the far side, but that there is the javelin. F57 will get going soon. The shot put F40 are just out throwing a few practice throws a little while ago. There they are. There's the field. For those of short stature, although I don't think I need to explain that one. Of course, when you hear us talking about the different categories, you might hear us summarise things, but if you want to find out more about it, Paralympic.org is the place to go. You'll get the full spiel on all the categories across track and field, wheelchair, seated throws. You will find out about all of it in great detail if you go to the website and look through there. We'd love to go through every single little nuance, but unfortunately competition takes precedence, so we'll summarise for you along the way as we go, as the field is introduced for the shot put F40.
Yes, so we get underway here with this very large field in the F40 men's shot put. We've seen Chan of Vietnam, Wang Wai of China, Norden of Singapore, Lin Kelly of China, who's thrown out to 9:37 this year. Alongside him, Dmitry Dushkin of Russia, who has to his name the longest throw in the world this year of 10:77. And his 10:83 lifetime best is very close to the world record. Chen Zhenyu of China. And then next up, the world record holder, world champion, and that world record set in winning the Asian Games title in Jakarta last year, Gara Tanayesh of Iraq. Next up for Côte d'Ivoire, Benian Duffy. Remember, the nation has as its official English language name Côte d'Ivoire. Get insulted if the other thing's said. Hey ho. Denis Gnezdinov of Russia is next. For Bhutan, Gyeltsen.
For Bhutan, it is Gyeltsen. Throwing at 11, ranked number 5 in the world.
10:07 lifetime best this year for Croatians Matthias Sloop. And wrapping up for Portugal, it is Miguel Monteiro, a field of 12 in this men's shot put F40 final for athletes of shorter stature.
There's the full lineup on the scoreboard. They will each have 3 throws. At the end of round 3, the leading 8 will go forward for round 4, 5 and 6.
It's actually the busiest morning of the week in terms of track action, as we do have those 5 track finals earlier. between now and 12:30 local time over the next 3.5 hours. There's actually 10 titles being decided this morning, 12 in the evening. But they're divided up between 5 in the track and 5 in the field.
So there is that first track final I spoke about a short time ago. Men's 5,000 metres T11 final. 12 going in total, complete visual impairment, so every athlete must go with a guide. 12.5 laps for that 5,000 metres title. Wilson B of Kenya will go in lane 3 to start with. Made the 2017 final. Kasa of Turkey has been there and done that as well. He's been around for a while. Silver, gold medals at Europeans. But there are some interesting tales to tell in this one as well. Agrippina dos Santos of Brazil didn't finish in 2016 in Rio, started running in 2010. He picked up the 1,500 metres gold here in these championships already. He'll be going for the 5,015 double. And Castro Reyes, who was disqualified in the 1,500 at the Parapan Am Games. There is Kozakovsky. Bronze back in 2017. He made his debut in 2015. He won silver at the European Championships last year and bronze here in the 15. Samuel Kamani inside. He's the Paralympic champion and world champion. Lost his vision at the age of 9 following illness. Castro Reyes, who I talked about, he was disqualified in the Parapan Am Games in the 15. He won the 5,000 metres though. While Agrippina dos Santos, he won the 1,500 metres gold. Already, Kasa, 2016, he was 4th. Rogers Kiprop says he wants to set a new world record and compete at Tokyo next year. Inside in number 6 from Spain, Manuel Garnica. Didn't finish in 2013 or 15. In 2014 he was disqualified. Gold medalist in the Europeans though. Shinwa Wada, Japan have been well represented. This man was 2nd in his heat, 15:42.88, his lifetime best set this year. The Parapan Am Games 1,500 metres champion. He won the 5,000 but was later disqualified there. Guillaume Rispil. And in lane 3, Wilson B. He was 4th, just missing out on a medal in Rio 3 years ago. Kenya Kurosawa of Japan. He medalled in the 5,000 metres at the 2018 Asian Para Games. Will go in from lane 2. And Fedor Rudikov of Russia recently handed a Master of Sport from the Russian Federation. So that is the field of 12 to go in this men's 5,000 metres T11. 12.5 laps. The world record was set back in 2004 by Kenya's Henry Wanyoika. Ode Santos of Brazil holds the championship record set in 2011. And away they get, so complete visual impairment. The guide has a lot of work to do in this one, and sometimes in these events they will change the guide as they go midway through during the race. But they get away with no problems at all, no one tripping over. Sometimes these things can happen in the T11, but they've all got away to a solid start with no issues whatsoever as they head down on the home straight for the first time. And it is Agrippino dos Santos of Brazil, who started running back in 2010 for fun at first, is out in front. And it is Rudakov of Russia, who's currently in second position, but they are well spread out, probably around 30 or 40 metres already, separating first from last position, where the Spaniard Manuel Garnica is in that position. He's the European gold medalist. No reason for concern at the moment though, because we've only just come round the 400 metres gone of a 5,000 metre race. So sometimes they let go fast, but in these type of things, it is a case of making sure you pace yourself. And with the weather getting up around the 25-degree mark at just after 9:10 local time here in Dubai, it is a case of making sure you don't run your race literally too early. So they head around down after 11 laps to go, and still out in front. It is the man from Ecuador, by the looks of things, Castro Reyes.
Still largely bunched up in this men's 5,000 metres T11 final. It's very warm conditions. They've deliberately had this as early as possible because the midday sun is when it's hottest. And they also have the drinks table out over on the far side, which we normally see in the longer road races, the marathons and the walks. There is an option in this race for the guides to be switched if so needed. There's not usually many athletes who tend to do that. I do know that Samuel Kamani has done before. There are a handful of additional guides if needed. Samuel Kamani of Kenya, being the reigning world and Paralympic champion, won both golds in London in 2017 and Rio too. He's been winning major championship titles since 2008. Up in the front, Agrippino of Brazil. Behind him in second place for Russia, Fedor Rudakov, disqualified in the 1500 meters here. And his only previous championship performance, sixth in the 1500 meters in Grosseto in 2016 before the break for Russia in parasport. Agrippino, the new 1500 meters champion. He didn't finish the 5,000 meters in Rio. Obviously, it was quite warm there. As we go to the shots and Chen in the first field event of the morning. Chen Zhenyu, leader currently Dmitry Dushkin, 9:85 for Russia.
Javelin is underway, just where the runners are passing.
So a good time to be out there for Chen as well, but a foul with his first effort. 10.10, his lifetime best thrown this year. And there is the man who is the world and championship record holder from Iraq. Just sorting out which shot he's going to use. Here's Garrett Tainash. Gold in 2016 at the Paralympic Games. Gold in the last two World Championships and gold in the Asian Paran Games last year. So he only knows one colour. And that's out there around the 10.5, 11 metre mark. .10.66, that championship record that he set in Doha 4 years ago at the World Championships there. Season best of 10.38, and 10:32. He's just under that, but he's into first position. The man from Côte d'Ivoire, Duffy. .880 his lifetime best, 8:46 his season best. So away he goes. That's out under the 8 metre mark. .28 years of age.
Not too far away from the championship record, which he holds.
6th in Rio 3 years ago. So he'll be hoping to improve on that and try and get into medal contention, but a foul with his first up attempt. Just to bring you up to date on the men's 5,000 metres T11, they've got 7 laps remaining, having just crossed the line then.
All bunched together. Agrippino has stepped away from the front. Castro Reyes has decided to have a little tilt at the top. Guernica of Spain, who's the European champion in the 5,000 metres, has fallen right off the back of the field. And it'll be a big task in these conditions for him to get right back up there again. Rudakov still up in second place for Russia in his second major championship. There's Kenya Karasawa, the Asian Games champion, just ahead of Shinya Wada of Japan, so a prospect of quite a bit of teamwork from a Japanese point of view there. Kasar of Turkey taking things up at the front. The former European champion in 2016. It was bronze for him in this 5,000 metres in Berlin last year. But every European Championships he's competed in, he's medalled in these 5,000 metres, a gold, a silver and a bronze at this point in his career. And we have lost Kosakowski. The European champion has pulled out. You'll see him just at the bottom of your picture. And he leaves with 6 laps to go. He won't finish. Conditions were just too much for him, and that's interesting because Guernica, who's the 5,000 metres European champion, struggling as well. There he is, Kosakowski, the 1,500 metres champion, has gone. He's already won bronze here in the 15. He and this guy, Krzysztof Wasilewski, will not be finishing with 5.5 laps to go.
Well, interestingly then, when Kosakowski went off, Kamani, who's the reigning Paralympic and world champion, almost tripped over around the same time. So he clipped someone's heels, he managed to keep his balance, and he remains presently in 4th position. So the leader has just changed the guide. That is Ross Beal of Peru. So the guide has just changed over. It's not compulsory for the guides to be changing over in this. It's up to the athletes as to whether they want to do it. So Ross Beal leads, presently out in front. The man who was the 1,500 metres Para-Pan Am Games champion. He won the 5,000 in that, but was later disqualified, and still sitting in second place. It is Fedor Rudakov, and Kamani's just sitting out a couple of wide. Also with him, it is Wilson B as well of Kenya. 2 Kenyans going in this one. Kamani, the reigning champion, is sitting there very nicely indeed at the moment. Rudakov has looked very strong indeed, just sitting in second place, just biding his time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them within 10 metres at the moment. And then there's a bit of a split going further back. But at the moment, they're all looking very strong. Another of the guys has just changed over then. And we've also had Kassar has pulled out. Now, the Turkish athlete who is the 2018 European Championships bronze medalist, he won gold back in 2016, silver in 2014. He hasn't finished. Now, he didn't finish either back in 2015.
The three European champions in the field, or many who have been European champions, have now all more or less dropped out. Kornick is still in it, but he's half a lap behind. Big movement coming on the side from Rossbale of Peru. He's allowed Rudakov up in front with 4 laps to go. Wasanbai is up there for Kenya. Kamani's up there. Castro for Ecuador. So it's Rudakov by Rossbale, Castro and Kamani. Little bit of movement coming from one of the Japanese athletes. Looks to be Karasawa, who stepped up too. So there's a strung out leading bunch of 7. And at the front is Rudakov, who is disqualified here in the 1500 meters. He's never won a major championship medal, but he's leading them out here. For Peru in second place, the Pan Am 1500 meters champion, who had that disqualification in the 5. Otherwise, he may well be coming here as a double America's champion. He has 2 guides in the form of Guevara, Carlos Guevara and Cesaro Fernandin. Karasawa's 2 guides, Hiroaki Mogi and Kazuaki Yoshino. Agrippino of Brazil is Lutamar Abreu and Guilherme dos Anjos, and Darwin Castro as Diego Ravello is his guide. And Kiprop of Kenya is about to be lapped. The rest have got 3 to go. Rudakov in front. And we've lost Garnica.
Garnica, the Spaniard, is out. The reigning European champion is gone. But Rudakov out in front is looking extremely strong at the moment. And the man who led for a vast majority, Rossbale of Peru, is also up there. He's in second place and just sticking with it. Kamani looking very strong indeed. But they're starting to splinter. When they come around here, they'll have a couple of laps remaining. And it's Rudakov who's looked extremely composed out in front with his guy Vladimir Myasnikov. Lifetime best for him of 16:21:38. That was set this year. So this, for many of the athletes, is the only race they're running during these championships. They've had to wait until the penultimate day to put their best foot forward, and they're doing just that at the moment, as is Russia's Rudakov. And Kamani moves up into second place, and moving up into third place is the man from Japan, Shinya Wada, who was second in his heat. So Japan in third, Kenya in second, and Russia are in first place as we move around. And next time they come around, they'll take the bell and they'll start to really pick up the pace with about 400 to go then. At the moment, there's around 650 to go, and Rudakov leads from Kamani. There is a bunch of 5 in there at the moment. Also in there is the second of the Japanese athletes, Karasawa, who medalled in the 5,000 metres at the Asian Para Games last year, as they come round with 600 metres to go. Russia in first, Japan in second, and Kenya in third, and Japan also in fourth place. And the speeders all of a sudden started to pick up as they come into the straight for what will be the penultimate time. Just over 14:20 on the clock at the moment. Rudakov leads, and almost a bit of a trip up there for the Japanese athlete Wada, as he's gone way out to the outside. And also coming through, Karasawa, who's now up into third position. Kamani is back in fourth, and they'll really start to make a move as they take the bell.
Well, Karasawa moved into the inside and then the outside. At the bell, it's Rudakov who leads. A big movement coming on the outside from Kamani now, the reigning Paralympic and world champion over 5,000 metres. He's shuttling over to the side towards lane 3. Rudakov has had a long lead for a long time. Wada's on the outside now in front of Kamani. But he's allowed a big gap. Rudakov on the inside. Wada in second. Kamani almost chipped, and he stays in third place. Karasawa's in fourth. It's complete visual impairment for these athletes, remember. And it really is tight. 8 bodies in the same area. Kamani coming up on the outside, trying to hit the front with 100 meters to go to defend his title. Rudakov falls back into second place. It's between the two Japanese, Karasawa and Wada, for the bronze. But Kamani, he's on his way to his 3rd world title. The World and Paralympic champion has done it again. Kamani wins it. Rudakov in 2nd. Wada 3rd. Karasawa 4th. Well, that was an astonishing finish. Huge amount of jostling there. Ross Bale in 5th place for Peru. And it looks like Castro Reyes has come up into 6th for Ecuador. He's done it again alongside his reliable guide, James Point. Samuel Kamani, 15:45.32. But it was so chock-a-block in there, so clustered. It's amazing there wasn't a fall there, especially when you consider that the athletes simply cannot see.
Well, Kamani, who won the race, he almost went out when Kozakovsky went off the track. He almost tripped at that point when he was around 4th position. He managed to keep his footing, he managed to keep his composure, and he's managed to keep his gold medal as well.
Samuel Kamani with his guide James Boyd, Fedor Rudakov alongside his guide Vladimir Myasnikov, and Shinya Wada alongside his guide Takashi Nakata, the 1-2-3. Still going here for Kenya's Rogers Kiprop and his guide Malinga Kisa, his first major championship. He's with Mount Elgin Running Club. The main Kenyan athlete in this race on the day has another run to do. It's a lap of honour, Samuel Kamani.
Well, the man who won his heat, Agapino dos Santos of Brazil, he's down on the ground receiving some medical attention. He's in a bit of trouble there. Good to see he's getting up to his feet, but he really struggled during that one. Didn't finish in Rio back in 2015. He won the heat to get into this, but he really struggled. The heat here this morning is really telling on some of these athletes.
A big fan of David Rudisha, and who wouldn't be? Samuel Kamani produces the goods once more. The 3-time Paralympic and now 3-time world champion. He successfully defended this crown, and he will be the World and Paralympic 5,000 meters champion going into Tokyo next year. He was the world 1,500 meters champion, but finished 2nd in the final here to Julio Cesar Agrippino. So here comes Rogers Kiprop to round up his first world championship 5,000 meters. And the curious thing is that all 3 European champions did not finish this race. It takes its toll, definitely, there's no doubt about that. That's why the drinks are on the side. Ross Bill taking an early advantage in this. His guides Carlos Guevero and Saraceda Fernandin. Rudakov had his time at the front also. But on the final bend, it was Samuel Kamani who made the break for home. He's been here so many times previously, knowing exactly what to do. All on his own, and in for glory. Again.
Full start list scoring on the scoreboard. Drawn at 6, ranked number 8 in the world for Chile.
المتسابقة السادسة ممثلة الشيلي.
Margarita Foundes. Drawn at 5, representing Colombia.
15:45 in this weather. An excellent result, especially if it gets you the world title again. Rudakov, the silver for Russia, and a lifetime best. And Wada beat Karasawa in the battle of the Japanese athletes for the bronze.
Nancy Chilangat Courage. Drawn 2, ranked number 1 in the
Garnica,
world for South Africa.
Hassan Kassa and Kosakovsky did not finish.
Luzan Coetzee. drawn at 1, representing Turkey.
المتسابقة
Always a lot of incident when it comes to the T11 and the longer distances.
First two will
So
go
it
through
is
to the
again
final,
today.
along with the next two fastest across both of these heats.
Time now to head back to the field. Women's discus throw F53. Seated throw category for those with a limb deficiency.
3 3/4 laps of the track. 2 heats.
The F53 world record holder, Yana Lebedieva of Ukraine. 14.93, her world record set last year in Berlin. And that is a new world record with her final attempt of 16.26 metres. She has broken her own mark by quite some distance. That is incredible. As we head back now to the men's shot put F40 for those of short stature. Gareth Tanayesh, the world record and championship record holder from Iraq. I said when we were with this earlier, he doesn't know anything except the colour of gold. And he knows it at the moment because he's in first position, 10.32, his next attempt. Just under the 12-metre mark. It may well be that he's broken his own record there. White flag given. His championship record is 10.66. His world record is 10.88. And this is rather big indeed.
Two laps to go. In third place, Lizanne.
He has broken at 10.76. He's broken his own championship record by 10 centimetres that he set in Doha 4 years ago. Next up, it's Côte d'Ivoire's Dufy.
One of two throwers to have had a red flag in the opening round of the 12. His lifetime best is 880, and that at the moment would be good enough for sixth place. I mean, we do quote lifetime bests a lot. That's obviously once in a lifetime one. He's a powerlifter as well. Thing about the powerlifters in some African countries is there's not a huge amount of international competition. The first African Championships were held earlier this year in January in Algiers. And for quite a lot of the athletes, it was the first time they'd ever actually competed, because some countries literally only have one or two powerlifters. They may be different categories, and they simply have nobody to compete against. .807, and Duffy goes into 10th place. So we go into the medals. Denis Nezdilov of Russia, 10.25 in the opening round. He's currently in bronze, 5 centimetres behind Matthias Sloop of Croatia. Half a metre behind the championship record of Gara Tanayesh of Iraq. knocking around 10 meters again. 10.54 is lifetime best set this year. He's been quite close to it, and he's been rattling around that mark all day and putting him up around the medals. So 10.54 the lifetime best. He's thrown 10.52, and he goes up from bronze to silver above Matthias Loop. Gelchen of Bhutan, 6.29, his new lifetime best. It's his first major championship. Choices. Lives in Thimphu. National coach is Penyor Gelchen. There's been a documentary about his life as well on Bhutan television. So Aku Gelchen. Gets it out, looked to be around the same mark again, needs 8 meters, just over 8 meters, in order to continue in the full competition. And Aku Gelchen has not improved. Our leader, Tanayesh, 10.76 for Iraq. Nezdilov, 10.52, currently the silver mark for Russia, and Sloop in third for Croatia.
Time now for the women's long jump T20 intellectual impairment category. World and championship record holder goes in this, Karolina Kaczarkic. Set that world record in Berlin last year, the championship record in Lyon. .614 is Kaczarkic's lifetime best, which was that world record. A season best though, 5.90. Rostovsky of Croatia, 5.79 her lifetime best. Potakina's lifetime best was set this year. The Russian 5.38. Martina Barber of Great Britain will want to push up there towards her lifetime best of 5.31. Ana Felipe of Portugal, 20 years of age. Alexander Rukina. Russia with a couple going in this one. There'll be 12 altogether going in this field. So we'll whittle it down to a top 8 who'll take their 4th, 5th and 6th on what is a very warm morning indeed here in Dubai. There she is, the world and championship record holder, who is the penultimate athlete introduced to the crowd. And jumping at 12, representing Turkey. Each competitor will have 3 jumps.
Quick word on the men's 5,000 meters T11 final. The bronze medalist Shinya Wada of Japan has been disqualified because his guide was propelling him too much during the race. It might have been in the closing straight, and it means that his fellow Japanese athlete, Kenya Karasawa, has been promoted to the bronze medal. Rudakov keeps the silver, Kamani the gold, with the bronze medalist Wada disqualified. Here's your field for that women's long jump T20. Big field, Ana Felipe for Portugal, Potakina, Martina Barber for Great Britain. Gudmundsdottir for Iceland. She's been competing in quite a few world championships now, and she's normally knocking around the medals, and Karolina Kucharczyk is as well for Poland.
Portugal's Claudia Santos will be up first. Made her senior international debut 7 years ago. Well, she's back on the board, so that should be a white flag. It is. So a first up mark for Santos. Finished 9th position 2 years ago, 5th in Doha 2 years previous to that. Lifetime best of 5.15, season best of 491. $4.79 with her opener.
Rodriguez Garcia of Spain, straight to the front. Oh,
so the breeze today, not much to talk of. It has been swirling over the past few days as Ezra Bayrak of Turkey gets ready to head out for the first time. The lifetime best she set this year was 5:41, but she won't be improving because she's gone too far over the board, and a foul for her with her first up effort as she has a look at the board just to see where she's gone wrong. Not much, but certainly enough to get the red flag. Into a headwind of -1.
So next up is Michaela Radowski of Croatia. She's a good 5.5 meter jumper, and you can see how it's a fair jump. Gets the white flag. Now, Croatia have a tradition of great jumpers. And the reigning world and Paralympic champion. Sets herself a good challenge here, but it was only bronze for her in the Europeans a year ago. This should be enough to put her into the lead above Claudia Santos, and it absolutely is. A season's best, 5 meters 40. For Russia, Irina Potakina. She's gone out to 5:38 this year for a lifetime best. Back in international competition now. Again, that's gone beyond 5 meters. T20 is the intellectual category. And comfortably put her in the medals for now in this opening round. It's a significant effort. It is a field of 12 for this decider. Used the board perfectly.
And Mexico moving up to second place as we take the bell for 2 places in the final.
That puts her up into the silver medal position. 5 meters 24 for Potakina. For Great Britain, Martina Barber. 5:24, she's gone out to this year. 4th in the last Worlds and Europeans. Stevenage and North Herts Athletics Club, Paddy O'Shea, our coach. She's gone out around 5 meters again. 1 gold in the T20 heptathlon at the International Sports Federation for persons with intellectual disability, the INAS World Championships and the Europeans as well. Now part of the British athletics circuit and
very fast.
competing in World Para Athletics.
That's the second and final heat. We'll bring you the composition for the final, including the fastest non-automatics. El Mali of Turkey and Fiusa of Portugal still out on the track.
4 meters 71, she goes into 4th for Great Britain.
Maria Fiusa of Portugal bringing it home.
Next to jump for Portugal is Ana Felipe. Here she comes. Used a lot of the board and she's got a good distance, but it's a red flag for Ana Felipe.
Who we've just seen finished, and Shan Shan, who we've also just seen finish in that second heat. So it's a quick one. It means that 4 athletes.
So it's a disappointing start for her. She just went over bronze in the last 2 World Championships. Never medaled at the Europeans, curiously. 9th in the Paralympic Games. Next jumper for Russia, Alexandra Rukhina. .569, a lifetime best this year. It's only a second major championship. He finished 9th back in 2015 in Doha, didn't compete in London. And she's gone out a nice distance there. It's a white flag, it's a fair jump, based in Kaliningrad. Coached by Alexander Grigoriev. No problem with the takeoff. Well, you get a nice Baltic Sea view where she is, and she goes up into the silver medal position, 5 meters 35.
تستعد اللعبة الماليزية سيتي نور.
Stefania Gudmundsdottir of Iceland. A solid jump and a fair one. It's a white flag. Generally, no matter where the competition and family are, here to support her always. no matter what the distance. Ninth in the long jump in the Europeans, having finished 8th in the previous edition in Grosseto. 22-year-old from Akureyri. That will put her up the field. That's lifetime best territory. 481. Goodman's-Dottir goes 4th. Erica Gomez then for Portugal. She could really pull something big out here. Crowds love that. It's another school day. There is actually a school next door to us, the Amity School. I think they were looking out their windows wondering what the commotion was earlier in the week. So it's the second day in a row that we've had children from a couple of schools in. And why not? Good for the atmosphere. That's a solid 5-meter one. And it's the bronze medal position for Erica Gomez, 5:28.
On the track, it's the men's T44, 400 meters.
So let's go next door.
Yep, time to head back to the track. Hasn't that little scooter been great this week? Wonderful.
Kocherang of Thailand has withdrawn in late 9th.
So the camera doing a wonderful job there, showing us everything. The athletes here doing a wonderful job as well. Men's 400 T44. 7 to go in this one. Including that man there in lane 8. Sandeep Kumar, lifetime best set this year for the man from India. Nira Alsana, the mechanical engineer who lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. He's the Asian Para Games gold medalist. Inside him, Vinay Kumar Lal, the second of the Indians. He was 4th in 2017, 2 years ago. He was the bronze medalist in the Asian Para Games last year. Emmanuel Di Marino, his partner, you may have heard of, Ayala Didai. They call themselves the dream couple. We shall see after this race. From Egypt, Karim Ramadan, 19 years of age, his first major championship. And in lane 3, from Ecuador, Darwin Paul Vallejo. Believe it or not, his first major championship at 38 years of age.
On your marks.
So Kocherang is a non-starter in lane 9. We have 6 who will go. Vallejo in Ecuador in 3, Ramadan of Egypt in 4, De Marino of Italy in 5, Lal of India in 6, Alsana of Saudi Arabia in 7, and Kumar of India goes in lane 8. And they get away with no issues whatsoever there. And already going up very quickly is Al-Sana of Saudi Arabia. He's caught up to Kumar on the outside of him. He's already gone straight past him, and he is flying down that back straight, as is Di Marino, who's gone past the man on the outside, Kumar, as well. And also inside Di Marino, it is Ramadan of Egypt, who's doing extremely well. He's up into second place, but leading him around there, it is Kumar of India, who has dropped back, and Al-Sana of Saudi Arabia as they come around into the home straight with 100 meters to go. So Al-Sana of Saudi Arabia, the man who lives in Arizona, is getting caught though on the inside. The Egyptian is well and truly after him in his first major championship. Is he going to get there, Ramadan, or is it going to be Al-Sana? Al-Sana gets it. 53.22 is the time. Egypt takes second place, and India pick up third through Lau. But Al-Sana is a world champion for the first time. 53.22 is the time. Season best for him, outside his lifetime best of 53 flat. Ramadan picks up second with 53.39, and Lau 55.49 in third position with a bronze. Di Marino just out of it, coming home in fourth. But Al-Sana, look at those scenes. Joy indeed, his first global goal. Well, he's a mechanical engineer by day. He's an athlete by day and night. Just had to be stopped there because he almost ran in to the wheelchair athletes who are coming up in a moment or two's time for the T34 women's 800 metres final. So Al-Sana being directed over to the side, but he needed no direction on the track. Got out to a wonderful start. He took off really quickly. He caught Kumar of India within the first 50 or 60 metres. He raced down the back straight. It looked as though the Egyptian Karim Ramadan was going to catch him, but he couldn't get there in the end, a couple of metres in it. And Saudi Arabia pick up gold through Noah Al-Sana, the man who lives in the United States, trains in Arizona, in Flagstaff, where he works.
In the discus
he's taking gold
over at the throwing cage
in Dubai.
Complete throws.
Joyous scenes.
It is an Asian record for Bahrain and Fatima Nedem, 10.95.
The man who took Asian para gold last year now has a world championship gold, season best 53.22. Ramadan with an area record 53.39, and Lau picking up the bronze medal 55.49.
Well, definitely it's given the crowd a lot to enthuse about. Great early action in Dubai. And the crowds have been way, way up. And the last time we had a World Championship in the Middle East in Doha 4 years ago. And that's to be enjoyed. I mean, the stands have been full. It's not a big stadium, but the atmosphere has been excellent. And the atmosphere is going to be terrific for this as well. It's another of those big name showdowns. The final of the women's 800 metres, T34.
It's the women's 800 metres T34 final.
Hannah Cockcroft goes in this, having claimed the 100 metres earlier in the week, overturning the European 100 metres champion, Cara Danigan. Alexa Halko won silver in this in London. Starting off in lane 8 for Belgium, the European 100 and 400 champion in Grosseto in 2016, Joyce Lefebvre. Now the woman with a CV as long as your arm. She's now the 11-time world champion. Hannah Cockcroft, 5 Paralympic golds as well. In 6 for the United States. Silver in the 4 and the 8 in London, bronze in the 1, and she won bronze in the 1 here as well. Alexa Halko from Williamsburg, Virginia. In lane 5 for Russia, the former European champion in the 100 and 400 in Grosseto in 2016, Veronika Doronina. And in lane 4 for Great Britain, the European 100 metres champion, bronze in the 800 and the 400 in the last 2 worlds, Kari Denigan.
Nice and quiet for the start, please.
On your mark.
Cockcroft, the European, World and Championship record holder, and she holds all the titles as well. Will she still in 2 minutes' time? So away we go then. The final of the women's 800 metres T34. Denigan, Doronina, Halko, Cockcroft and Lefebvre. Away very, very strongly is Hannah Cockcroft and Denigan alongside. It may be an all-British battle again, as it was in the 100 metres final, as it always perennially seems to be. Cockcroft had said some interesting things after winning the 100 metres title. She said that going into Berlin, she felt as if her determination, her motivation was going a little bit, and then she was beaten by Denigan for only the 3rd time in her career. The first time she'd been beaten in a major championship, and she saw Denigan celebrating so much that she felt that she herself wouldn't have celebrated in the same way if she'd won. She's got her determination back now, there's no doubt about it. So the top 3 from 2 years ago in this are the top 3 now. It's Denigan, Cockcroft and Halko. Britain and the United States at the bell. Doronina back a little bit and Lefebvre as they battle for 4th. But the medals are going to be decided between these 3. Denigan taking it out, and now Cockcroft taking it on the outside. Halko, who's been a regular silver medalist 4 times now in the World Championships, wasn't in Rio. Cockcroft's gone for home already with half a lap to go. She's wanted this. The old feeling seems to be back. The battle now is for second, surely, between Halko of the United States and Cara Denigan of Great Britain, because Cockcroft is clear. She's on her way to home. So many times we've seen this in the past, so many locations around the world, and it usually ends in gold for Hannah Cockcroft, the 12-time world champion. And Denigan had Halko very tight. It's a photo finish. Denigan had the momentum definitely on the inside, but Hannah Cockcroft, she's got her mojo back. She's the 12-time world champion, and she has broken her own championship record. It's surely the old Hannah Cockcroft back again. Denigan did indeed get the silver in a new lifetime best, the same for Halko, and America's record.
Alexa.
1 and 2 again for Great Britain, for Cockcroft and Denigan. And it's the first time
in the F40 men's
in a global 800 metres championship race that Cockcroft and Denigan have been the 1-2, having done it in the Europeans last year. Denigan got off well, and obviously the Coventry Godiva Harriers athlete felt that that was the way, the only way that she could beat Cockcroft over 800 metres.
10.76 in round 2, 10.77 in round 3.
But it's Cockcroft adding another gold medal to the massive collection. That's now 12 World Championship titles, 5 Paralympic crowns. She's the 3-time European champion as well. And that's her 20th major championship title. The Paralympics, the World Championships, the European Championships, those are the three major championships. And she's blitzed them all, and only once has she come away with silver. It's a Denigan who beat her in that, and a Denigan beating Halko on the line. The Americans sweeping up from way back in third, but just couldn't get the silver, which she got behind Cockcroft 2 years ago in London. And maybe, just maybe, when she's in a big race, Hannah Cockcroft just feels like Hannah Cockcroft again.
In the men's javelin,
Hannah Cockcroft's the champion. We've said that before. Cara Denigan, the silver for Great Britain. Alexa Halko, the bronze for the United States. And it's a British 1-2. Tokyo around the corner. And she is the #1 again. Dornini beat Lefebvre in the battle for 4.
So the school children are in. They're on both stands today. The main stand you can see here, and on the far side as well, providing quite an atmosphere. But it's time to go back to the field. Martha Gustafson.
This is the women's discus F53 seated throwing category. All the throws coming at once. Gustafson for Canada, who started off with 8 meters 15. Now, in order to get into the medals here, she'll probably have to throw above 10 meters here for Canada.
Para swimmer as well, Martha Gustafson, 69 years of age. Born on the 8th of January in 1950. If I look like good when I'm 69, I'll be very happy.
She lives in Toronto. She's with the Cruiser Sports Club in Mississauga, Ontario, near the airport, Pearson Airport. Levedeva leads. Ochoa, the silver medal position. Nedham in bronze, and Gustafsson lies in 4th place after that, 8:58. And all your throws are taken at once, so 4th will be the best for her. There's still 3 throwers left to go.
But all jumps in the long jump are not taken at once. As we head back where the women's T20 competition is taking place, the world and championship record holder Kuchakic of Poland leads. 6 meters 02, her best to date, 7 centimeters off her championship record she set in Lyon 6 years ago. But up next, Erica Gomez with her second attempt. She's in 6th position, 5:28 with her first. That is very close, and it is a red flag. So Gomez won't improve on her first up attempt.
Representing Argentina.
Well, she went close. She pushed the boundaries.
In lane 7, ranked #3 in the world.
Pushed them too far. So Malaysia next to go with Ismail. Second attempt for her.
First 3.
Pushing just over the 5 metre mark for the Malaysian. 5:20, her lifetime best. Just celebrated the birthday 11 days ago.
Quiet, please.
26 years of age. Siti Nur Radia Ismail of Malaysia. 5.13, she improves by 2 centimetres, but she stays where she is. So here is our leader, the season best 6:02 with her first. Karolina Kachakic of Poland. World record holder, championship record holder. She's 7 centimetres off her championship record with her first up attempt. Well, that is pretty good. That should be an improvement. It may even be a championship record. It may even be a world record. She was given the white flag. The position looks fantastic. It's pushing up, surely around the 6:30 mark. 6:02 with her opener.
There's the results, a world record for
surely it has to be an improvement.
Of Russia.
Surely. That's a new championship record of 6.13. She's 1 centimetre off her world record she set last year in Berlin. Well, she's receiving instructions from her coach there. He knows the world record's on.
A great moment of drama that was as we joined Fatma Dalma Altin of Turkey, who's in 12th place, 379. And she basically has to add 11 centimetres to a lifetime best set earlier this year of 5:02 in order to make sure that she gets into the top 8 with 1 round to go. Well, that may certainly be well beyond what she's already produced. Might get her off the bottom of the table. Gudmundsdottir is currently in 11th on 481, and that's a lifetime best, so it's really pushing it for the Icelander to complete the competition and get into the top 8 by halfway. Altin, as we come towards the end of round 2.
With the opportunity to regain the lead. Gara Tanayash of Iraq.
Definitely looked to be well beyond what she did in the opening round.
11 centimetres behind, but it is going to take a world record to go back into the lead for Tanayash of Iraq.
And Altin, 4:48. She doesn't advance above 12th, but she improves by more than half a metre.
Claudia Santos in 9th position. She needs something here. 5.12. She's 1 centimetre off 8th place. Ismail holds that. And that certainly looks like it's going to be an improvement and should lift her up into the top 8, but it's a red flag. So she's going to miss out. She's checking the mark. Disappointment there because she would have been up into the top 8. So small a margin. And that typifies sport. Such a small margin between disappointment and elation. So she misses out. A foul with the last 5.12. She's 9th. Men's 100 metres T35. There are two semi-finals taking place in this one, and this is the first of them. Svirtov, the
ranked number 6 in the world,
man who holds the championship and world record, goes across in first. In second place, it is Dmitry Safronov. He won gold in 2013 and 15, and it is a world record of 12.19 for the man on the inside there, in Svirtov of the Ukraine.
Ranked number 4 in the world for the USA.
حارس 6 رابع عالمي ممثل الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية.
Marshall Zachary.
Svirtov already held the world championship record. He now has broken his own world record by 3/100ths of a second. 12.22 was what it was before. 12.19 is now the world record. He's set in the semi-final.
First 3 to the final.
So there's confirmation of the world record in the heat. Safronov in second, 12.54, and Bourdignon of Brazil third.
Men's shot put, F40, Denis Gnezdilov of Russia. .10.69 is best so far, and he's second position behind Gara Tanayesh. His first major championship. It's already broken his lifetime best today. Ganayesh 10.44. That new championship record. It's not far off his own world record. Now that's a good throw. That's a serious throw. Bunai Gnezdilov.
Green card.
So around the 10.69. Certainly maybe just beyond that he threw earlier. Has he been able to edge past Gnayesh? A belting throw by the 33-year-old. Oh, it's better than that. He's equaled the world record. 10 meters 88. Well into the lead.
This time they're away.
So Gnezdilov in front, 10.88, equals Tanayesh's world record. It's the Iraqi in second place, and Sloop currently in bronze.
Marshall Zachary of the USA in the final, 12.77. Here's the top 3 on the scoreboard, and I can tell you they'll be joined in the final.
So back to the long jump T20, where we just saw a new championship record a few moments ago. Martina Barber of Great Britain is up next. Out of Stevenage and North Hertfordshire Athletics Club. Lifetime best of 5:31. Barber in 10th position. 5:03 with her second jump. She has some work to do if she wants to qualify through to the next round. 5:13 is the mark that she has to beat. And you heard her say yes. So she's happy with it.
Of Poland is leading with a championship record of 6 meters 30.
And that should be enough. Wonderful position on the jump. Wonderful. I said it a moment or two ago about elation and disappointment and what the gap is. It can be very, very fine margins indeed.
Martina Barber has just elevated herself to 8th.
Martina Barber, though,
5:17.
she has got into 8th position, 5.17 metres. She's there at the moment.
Ana Felipe of Portugal is in 7th and on the runway now.
So Ana Felipe in 7th position, 5:24 with her second jump. She fouled her first, as she managed to improve on this one. Tight on the board, certainly looks a lot better.
Alexandra
But
Rushkina
it's a foul.
of Russia is in 3rd place in the long jump and next to go in round 3.
Gnezdilov then, having just equalled the world record. He leads 10 meters 88. We're in round 5. And he's cleared by 11 centimeters from Tanayish, who's yet to go in this round. It's another good throw. Now what's he done this time? He's produced the 2 best throws of his life with his 2 most recent attempts.
For that throw for
he went into this with a 10.54.
Not quite as far as his world
He's
record.
done magnificently today. There's no doubt about that.
Tanaya of
And now he's produced the 3 best throws of his life. 10.71 doesn't advance, still leads with a world record of 10.88. The other joint world record holder, Gala Tanayish of Iraq. The reigning Asian, World and Paralympic champion. Trying to win this title for 3rd World Championships in a row. And he also won in Rio. And in order to go back in front, he now has to set a new outright world record. That's what those cones are, by the way. That's what they're there for, to denote the world record. Just seems to be slightly shy.
محاولة صحيحة من قبل الحكم للمحاولة الخامسة للبطل جراح طنيش.
Doesn't look to be an improvement on the 10.77 in round 3 with which he led. 10.40, he stays in the silver medal mark.
يستعد المتسابق الصيني وانغ وي المحاولة السادسة والأخيرة في دفع الجلة F40.
As we head back again for the long jump, Karolina Kitakic leads at present. Rushkina in 2nd, Ristovski of Croatia currently in the bronze medal position.
It's the heat of the T37 women's 200 meters.
We're deep into round 3 in this competition. Kuharczyk with that 6.13 championship record. In round 2, that's 1 centimetre off her own world record set at the Europeans in Berlin last year. This was a few moments ago. Rushkina going out to 5.62. And a massive headwind that she was facing into. And that sees her goes into the silver medal position above Ristovski. Didn't use the board at all.
The athletes starting with lane 8.
Rushkina, 5.62. In silver medal position by 1 centimetre ahead of Ristovski. Gomez then,
number 4 in the world for the USA.
lying in 6th spot, 5.28 in the opening round. No jump in round 6. Silver in the last Worlds in London. 5.68 her lifetime best, would get her silver here. 5.28 at the moment has her down in 6th place, and she's 33 centimeters behind the medals. Stovsky in bronze, Rakina in silver. Medals at the last 2 World Championships, silver in the triple jump in Doha, silver in the long jump in London, and European silver in Berlin last year. So can she beat that 5.28? Not like that, she won't. She actually gets the white flag. There was no problem in terms of the board with the takeoff, but she got everything else wrong. She's gone out to 5.44 this year, which would be a 4th place mark. Nice enthusiastic crowd here. Yeah, she had to take that extra step before the board to get onto her right foot. And unfortunately Gomez just couldn't deliver what she wanted this time. Ismail of Malaysia. Down the field in 9th. Only needs to improve by 4 centimeters from a 5.13, and that would get her into the second half of the competition. Martina Barber hanging on in 8th with 5.17. It's quite congested between 4th and 10th, divided by 25 centimeters right now.
Just 4 throws remaining in the F40 men's shot put.
Obviously,
in front of the finish line.
Quite a few of those in that group, pretty much on the edge of their abilities. They've pushed it a lot today.
12 centimeters away from a medal.
And Ismail, 9th, and out she goes. That's the headwind that they're facing now, as we await the competition leader. Championship record last time out.
She's just biding her time. It has died down now, so she will be off. With a second though. She's in 12th. She's 12th.
So the climax of the men's shot put F40. Matthias Slib of Croatia has won the bronze. We're down to the last 2. The leader for Russia, equaling the world record of the current second placer, Gara Tanayesh. This is Denis Nezdilov of Russia. It is his first major. Nezdilov is really giving that a good belt. Everything beyond 10 meters today. Star leader in a major championship in either the Paralympics, the Worlds, or the Europeans. And he is the world champion.
That's like you, Will, at the end of a session.
He is somewhat happy as well.
Николай Александрович, вам привет! Мама, папа, люблю! О, Россия! Чемпион! Сейчас на матюкаем.
Champion of the world, Denis Nezdilov. Next time he's going to do the commentary for you as well. That is a great win. From a man hitherto unknown on the world stage, you know him now, Denis Nezdilov, the world champion for Russia and a share of the world record with a silver medalist, Gara Tanayesh, dethroned from his London triumph sloop in 3rd for Croatia.
I don't speak Russian, but if you know, drop us a tweet and let us know what he said. Kahachik leads in after the 3rd round. 6.13 championship record. Rakina of Russia is in second position, and a season best for Ristovski of Croatia, who's currently in the third and bronze medal position. Barber has snuck into the top 8 with her last jump, 5.17, taking her up a few spots. There she is, she'll be first to go in round number 4 after managing to grab a spot in the last 3 jumps. Just she'll be running into that slight headwind. Lifetime best of 5:31, season best of 5:24, so she does have improvement in her. Away she goes, jump number 4 for Great Britain's Martina Barber. And that is a further distance. Possibly on what she had already. 5:17. What about that for a takeoff? Starting to find her range. And her balance. And maybe finding her distance. She is better off by 3 centimetres, 5.20, but she stays in 8th position. Ana Felipe of Portugal. She's 4 centimetres ahead of what Martina Barber just jumped as they clap her on, the Portuguese in the crowd. Well, they're just checking the mark here just to make sure they're happy with it, so a white flag is given. So she's gone exceptionally tight to the edge of the board. That is magnificent. You can't get any better than that when you jump. And looking at it from the naked eye, it looks like she has improved on where she is at the moment.
Mandy Francois Elie out very strongly.
If not, she's very close to it.
In lane 5.
Well, she hasn't. 5.15. She's just 9 centimetres down, but look at that headwind she's running into, negative 1.1. So here is Zoe Ovsi.
We're in the women's Discus F53 final. Zoe Ovsi has thrown a world record, 13.52 in round 2. That is in F51, and it is the 44th world record of the championships. Yana Lebedeva of Ukraine in F53 has thrown a world record as well of 16.26. She leads. Ovsi in second place. We've already seen her claim a gold in these championships. '84 championship records as well. And Fatima Nedem of Bahrain has set a new Asian record for Bahrain, 10.95. She's down in 5th. At the moment, Elena Golova of Russia is in 3rd, 13.15. All the throws coming at once. So Ovsi has 2 throws left, and she's no say after this. 12.77 a most recent throw. 13.52 that world record. Over pretty much opposite the finish line. That her penultimate throw, definitely again beyond 10.
Final throw in
Obviously
the discus.
aiming for Another 13.50 plus throw was 13.36. It's only one thrower after this, and that's Elizabeth Rodrigues of Brazil. So Ovsi's final throw on the way. She's claimed gold in the club throw already, her second club world title. She's the reigning European champion in that. Won bronze in the discus in Rio and silver in the club. That's another decent one beyond 10 meters, and a good bit beyond 10 meters. Now, this will be interesting. I don't think it'll be the lead of 16.26, which would obviously be a world record in its own right, but her own world record, 13.52. Remember, there are some finals where we have a couple of classifications grouped together to make the field larger and more competitive. It's again beyond 13 meters.
Those are the final standings.
It's 13.35. Obviously in the silver medal position, it will be bronze at worst with one thrower to go. Lebedieva in the gold medal position. Ukraine will get 2 medals certainly. Lebedieva in first, Ovsi in second, and Golova of Russia is in third.
So loads of field action as normal in the morning session. We've seen shot put, we've seen discus, and in the distance there we have the long jump. Women's T20 long jump. Kahacic leads, championship record of 6.13. Krikina of Russia in second, 5.62. But here is Bayrak of Turkey, 20 years of age, currently in fourth position, 5.38. Ristovski, 5.61. 23 centimeters further up in the bronze medal position. This lady took up para-athletics in 2014. She was fifth in this 2 years ago. It's out there over the 5 meter mark. T20 intellectual impairment category. Season best for Ristovski ahead of her as this lady here who just jumped in fourth position. Her coach, Einstein Goz, she will no doubt be talking to plenty. .531, so she doesn't improve on where she is. She's got 2 jumps left to get herself into the medals. And here is Ristovski, who's currently in the medals. The season best, 561. So there you can see, she's just biding her time. Off she goes. Well, it's a white flag, first and foremost. She's 1 centimetre adrift of the silver medal position. 2 centimetres would lift her up into it.
Cheryl James in lane 4 representing Brazil. Veronica Hippolito. And in lane 3 representing Ukraine.
5.48. She stays in third position, the Croatian. Here goes the silver medalist at present, Krikina. White flag given. So she has a best so far of 5.62. (22 years of age from Kaliningrad). 5.55. Slight headwind, no improvement as the leader prepares. Karolina Karchik, new championship record, this her 4th attempt to try and push herself further ahead.
Ahead is Cheryl Jones, now up in the second place.
Took up para-athletics at the age of 13. Can she make an improvement on what she's got so far? Well, it's out there, certainly around that 6 metre mark. Lost a few centimetres on the board.
تظهر على الشاشة نتيجة
6'11", she's 2 centimetres off what she jumped before. I said it was around the 6 metre mark. It wasn't quite up to what she jumped before, but she was very close. As Martina Barber improved with her 4th attempt, as she did with a 3rd to get her into this position. She's currently in 8th.
So we go into the final round. Martina Barber going for Great Britain now, who finished 4th in the World Championships 2 years ago, 4th in the Europeans last year. Needs to improve on 5.20, only needs an extra 20 centimetres. That would send her beyond a lifetime best, however. And we've seen that across so many events, so many categories, so many classifications, that the talent pool is absolutely deepening. And it's getting harder and harder to get into the top 3, the top 4, the top 1. Exquisitely used the board, did Barber. We're in round 5 here. .533, her lifetime best. That is currently the leap in 5th. 4.98. Felipe for Portugal, 5.24 in round 2. World Championship bronze medalist in London. Triple jump bronze in Doha. 5.24 her best. She needs to add 40 centimetres to get back into the medals again.
The bronze medal position, 40 metres 66.
That one's a mystery.
2 throws remaining. 41 metres is silver, 41.71 is gold. Standings on the scoreboard.
It's 9th in Paralympic Games in Rio. This will be a higher finish for her here. But use the board spot on. But it won't be an improvement. 5 metres 19, she stays in 7th.
Portugal to go again this time. Through Erica Gomez, silver medalist 2 years ago. Jumped to 5:48 that day. That's out over the 5 metre mark. She likes that one. White flag given. 5:68, her lifetime best. 5:44 is her best this season. In 6th position at present. Surely she's improved here though. 5:44, her season best. She likes it as soon as she gets up. Where is it going to put her is the question. Coach likes it as well. 5:46, she improves on her season best by 2 centimetres. She's up into 4th position. So Gahakic leads, championship record 6:13. Rakina in second, and Rostovsky currently in the bronze medal position, but Gomez is pushing.
The men's 400 metres, T36 final. And we've got the reigning European, Pan Am World and Paralympic champion in this.
It's time for the men's T36.
And quite a showdown between two men who've got gold medals here this week. James Turner winning the 100 metres for Australia, Paul Blake the 800 for Great Britain.
Impairments typically affect the ability to control legs, trunk, arms and hands.
Full lineup now displayed on the
It's
scoreboard.
a close one to call this.
In lane 9, representing Argentina.
We start off with the Pan Am champion over 100 and 400 metres for Argentina, Alexis Chavez. In lane 8 for Poland, the reigning European champion over 200 and 400, Krzysztof Kuksa. In lane 7 for Russia, the 3-time Paralympic, 6-time world and 5-time European champion, Evgeny Shvetsov. In lane 6, the world 800 metres champion for the 3rd time in 4 world championships. Didn't medal in London, he's got the gold in the 800 metres here, Paul Blake. In lane 5 for Australia, 3 golds in London, and he's won the 100 metres here. James Turner. In lane 4 for New Zealand, silver in the 800 metres in London, bronze in Rio in the 400 and the 800 for New Zealand, William Steadman. In lane 3 for Colombia, 4th in the 400 metres in the World Championships in Lyon, Juan Moreno. And in lane 2 for Algeria, the silver medalist in the 800 metres at these World Championships, Sid Ali Bouzeri. T36, the second most restricted of the coordination impairment categories. The 1 lap won by James Turner 2 years ago. Buzarine in 2, Moreno 3, Steadman 4, Turner 5, Blake 6, Festov 7, Kuksa 8, Chavez in 9. The final of the men's 400 metres, T36. And they are away. Turner and 5, Blake and 6, with gold medals already. in the other distances. They meet in the middle in the 400. Turner's got off to a great start for Australia. The 200, 400 and the 800 he claimed 2 years ago. Catching up with Blake, catching up with Discus. 3 lanes on his outside. And the European champion, the Pan Am champion Chavez, has flown out in lane 9. Always the most exposed lane. They'll straighten up. Turner out in front. But Chavez fighting back. And here goes Svetsov for Russia, who's been away for a couple of years. And Turner surges past him. Svetsov shutting down. And Turner gets his second goal. 51.71. Smashes the world record by 2 clean seconds. Svetsov in second place. And Stedman was pushing up for New Zealand for a lot of that in third. That is a stunning world record mark by Turner. 51.71, improves his lifetime best by 2.5 seconds. Svetsov the silver, Stedman the bronze ahead of Skuska in fourth. Chavez was going well for so long but fell back. It happens in the coordination impairment categories. Svetsov's world record is gone, but he was inside his mark for a new European record. Turner retains this 400 meters title, and that's world record number 45 of the week. It has been stellar stuff, but just look at the men on his outside. Juska was 3 lanes on his outside and he overtook him. Svetsov had shot up in lane 7 to take the lead on the final turn, but the spasticity kicked in, as the coordination impairment athletes will tell you. Turner, great smoothness, 51.71.
We were very premature.
Svetsov was also inside the old world record. Blake coming through in 5th position. The 800 meters world champion 3 times over.
In the F52 category. And also
Turner, the 800 meters Paralympic champion, takes his 5th all-time world gold. World record 51.71 for Australia. Svetsov the silver and a European record in 2nd for Russia, and William Stedman the bronze for New Zealand. And Juan Moreno with an America's record also in 6th.
نهاية مسابقة قذف القرص سيدات فئة F53. المركز الثالث والثاني يذهب للأوكرانيات زوا أوفسيل ورقم عالمي جديد 13 متر 52. والمركز الثاني وميدالية الفضية للأوكرانية لانا لبيديفا 16 متر.
No improvement by anybody yet in the long jump. T20, Rakina still second for Russia, 5.62. Rostovsky for Croatia third, 5.61. It's round 5.
Well, after James Turner picking up his 5th ever World Championship gold medal, we head back to another lady who knows about gold medals.
It is time for the women's
leader
shot put F35 final.
From Poland, Kaharczyk, who's already set a championship record earlier on in this one, and this one is decent as well. She holds the world and championship record. She likes this one.
To athletes with coordination.
Let's just find out why.
Impairments typically affect the ability to control legs, trunk, arms and hands. Athletes in the 35 to 38
I'll tell you why, because she's broken the world record, 6:21 with her 5th attempt for Karolina Kaharczyk. She's broken her own mark, set in Berlin last year by 7 centimeters.
المتسابقة الأولى رقم 4 عالمي ممثلة بولندا.
As she takes the plaudits of the crowd, and why wouldn't she? Fantastic jump.
To the championship record holder for Ukraine.
المتسابقة الثانية صاحبة الرقم الجديد ممثلة
On her way to gold again, surely.
throwing third, ranked number 5 in the world for Great Britain.
المتسابقة الثالثة صاحبة الخامس عالمي ممثلة بريطانيا.
Well, what a championship Kuharczyk is having. And she looks certainly well on the way
number 2 in the world for Brazil.
to getting a third world title. A Paralympic champion in 2012. She's the European champion right now. Rytowski, the world and Paralympic champion. Barbara going to start off round 8.
World record holder for the People's Republic of China.
But Kuharczyk is certainly on the way to glory. Not much doubt about that. 5:20 Barbara's best in 8th. Needs a lift of 40 centimetres to go beyond a lifetime best to get into the medals here.
Anna looks over. That's your lineup for the women's F35 shot put final.
And no problem with the board. It won't be an improvement for Barbara. She will finish the competition in 8th place. $4.91 for Barbara.
Men's javelin throw F57. I tell you a fib, it's not that, it's discus throw.
F53. This is the last throw, Elizabeth Rodriguez. Ukraine 1 and 2, Lebedeva and Ovsi. And those two have thrown world records already in this. 16.26 for Lebedeva, Ovsi 13.52. They're in different categories, as is Elizabeth Rodriguez, who's in F52. It would be incredible if 3 different athletes were to break world records in the same event. Rodriguez opening up with a 15.72. And Rodriguez gets the gold. 16 meters 89, a new world record, and the top 3 have all set world records that will stand. They're in 3 different categories, and Elizabeth Rodriguez hits the summit. The greatest result of her career. She is the world champion, and she's broken the world record to do it. Well, look at those world record marks, and the top 6, all lifetime best. Gold for Elizabeth Rodriguez for Brazil, world record. Silver, Lebedeva, Ukraine, world record. Bronze, Ovsi, Ukraine, world record. And there were continental area records there as well.
Women's 1500 metres T13, least of the visual impaired categories. 12 to go in this.
12 athletes. We'll meet them in order from the outside.
So the 2004 gold medalist and 2015 gold medalist Elena Potova of Russia goes in this one. She won silver back in 2015. Greta Strimkita, born in Lithuania, now representing Ireland. She was 4th at the Paralympics in 2016. 4th also at the last Worlds in 2017. Won gold in the European Championships last year. Ashley Adali.
Greta Strimkita. Drawn at 11,
she
6 in the world.
was the bronze medalist at those European Championships last year. This her first World Championship. Sana Ben Hama, she was disqualified in the 400 metres final. And inside her, Satova, 9th in the 400 metres here already.
Drawn 9 for Russia.
Her first major championships at the 1500 for Satova.
Drawn 8 for Spain.
Spain's Ozas Ayakar, 35-year-old from Pamplona. She'll need to run with the Bulls today in this one.
Drawn at 7, ranked number 2 in the world.
Lifetime
for
best
Morocco.
of 4:39.99. Inside her, El Idrissi of Morocco. She's won 5th here in the 400 metres already. This also her first major championship. Second of the Russians, Elena Portova, 2015 gold as well as 2004. She's a 4-time world champion. Nelly Munalo will go with a guide from Kenya. She took bronze way back in 2006 in Asen. Velasco Maldonado of Mexico also going with a guide. She won gold at the 2015 Pan Am Games.
Drawn at 3.
And the third of the guided runners from Turkey. Kılıç Kiriakoglu, her senior debut at Grosseto back in 2013. Her first start in 1500 at the major championship. Najeh Chouya of Tunisia won silver back in 2016. She was a bronze medalist 2 years ago. Her senior international debut came 10 years ago. Francia Osorio
12 women for the world title.
will go from Colombia from the inside. 36 years of age. Took up the sport back 8 years ago. So 4 of the runners go with guides. There are 12 who get underway all together. No issues there when they got away the Tunisian Achaya, who took that bronze in London 2 years ago, goes out to the front straight away. 4 guided runners going in this, so they will get a bit of help along the way and a bit of coaching, if you can call it that, as they come around the opening couple of 100 metres, and they'll come into the straight for the very first time. Conditions here are very, very warm. It has got hotter as the morning's gone on. We've seen some of the athletes who have been competing in 400 metre events coming across the line and really falling over and struggling. So Francia Osorio leads out in front at the moment. The Mexican coming down the outside. Velasco into second place. And they are all completely bunched. The European champion, Greta Swimkita, is in there in about 3rd position at present, just setting off at a pace at the moment she's very comfortable with as they come around and finish their first 400 metres.
Well, the major story in this is that the defending world champion, Sana Benama, who was disqualified in the 400 metres, doesn't start this at all, so it's quite open. El Idrissi was 5th in the 400 metres here, leading the way. Osorio in 2nd place, the Pan Am champion from Colombia. But the Paralympic champion not in this either, Samaya Boussaid. Silver medalist in the Paralympic Games, Najeh Chouya is certainly well watching in this. Francia Osorio, because she's a T12 in this T13 final, has a guide in the form of Jean Chavez. There's an extraordinary lead open up. Well out in front, the Moroccan El Idrissi. It was a Moroccan who was the defending world champion. She didn't start. Instead, it's El Idrissi well out in front. Osorio in 2nd for Colombia. And Stray Makita, the European champion for Ireland, is in 4th place with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, way out in front of the Moroccan at the moment. She must be a good 30 metres out in front. So the question now is, does she try and push on from here, or does she just take her time and work her way towards the end? El Idrissi, who was 5th already at these championships in the 400 metres, she is at least 20 to 30 metres further out in front in this T13 visual impairment category, and there's been a athlete who's fallen off the track, just trying to work out who it is there.
But this is a big lead.
But she's gone down in real trouble.
Chuaya, I think, of Tunisia. Chuaya.
She may have been stood on. She was in the lead there at one point, but I think she's been stood on, and she's gone down when she was in second place. So controversy. She's limping around over there on the far side. But meanwhile, in the race, it is the Moroccan who leads. El Adrissi is way out in front as she's going to go across and take the bell.
So this is the bell in the women's 1500 metres T13 final. El Adrissi out in front, fifth in the 400 metres here. Fatima El Adrissi having lost Chuaya. Osorio moving up strongly in second place. For Russia, Pautova, the former world champion in 2013, is in third. Stremikita of Ireland is in fourth place. But Fatima El Adrissi, in a major championship debut, is way clear. Look at the gap. Satova also moving up for Russia now alongside her colleague, the former world champion Pautova. They're fighting in third and fourth at the moment. Osorio in second spot still for Colombia. So successful in the Pan Ams. But Fatima El Adrissi, our leader, by around 30 metres into the closing straight, is not in any doubt. Her first major championship, and Fatima El Adrissi is going to score a major success. Osorio second, Russia 3 and 4 with Pautova and Satova. Fifth will be Stremikita for Ireland at the moment. But Fatima El Adrissi, what a championship debut, 4:39. She takes the title. Osorio in second. A big battle. Pautova is third. Zotova fourth. European champion Ireland's Greta Stremikita is in fifth place. Mexico's Velasco is in sixth. Italy in seventh. For Spain, Osa Sayukar is eighth. And coming home in ninth is Kelnic for Turkey. Chuaya, the bronze medalist in the 1500 metres in the last World Championships, and silver in Rio, didn't finish. She went down over in the far side. El Adrissi's the last one standing. Everyone else is on the track, on the deck. Osorio gets the silver, and surely the greatest result of her career as well. Pautova won the all-Russian sprint for the bronze ahead of Satova. But everybody else absolutely spent. El Adrissi, the 24-year-old, and her championship debut, takes the world title in the 1500 metres. What a result for somebody just on the scene. It's an amazing debut on the brink of the Tokyo Paralympic Games. And Francie Osorio, in her first global championship, gets a magnificent silver for Colombia. Osorio, the silver medalist in the Pan Am Games. And here she takes the silver in the World Championships. A big field of 12 in this. It is very, very hot, this T13. But it's quite something that a woman who has medalled in the last two global championships in this event would miss out very early, going down on the back straight. Osorio up there throughout. You see Chuaya there, who then went down. Maybe she was stepped on. I think she did it herself. I think she twisted her ankle when she went onto the sidebar. She was in second place at that stage and she couldn't recover. That was the end of it for her. She wasn't going to complete a 1500 metres race after that injury. It was unfortunate where she stepped, but she was all in her own when it happened. El Adrissi had the door open for her to take the gold. Osorio had stayed up throughout with the silver medal for Colombia, with the guide as she's a T12. And the Russian sprint, Pautova in ahead of Zotova for the bronze medal. That is so unfortunate for Chuaya, who with the reigning, defending world champion Senna Benama not starting this final, would have had a great chance of the gold medal in this. Instead, Fatima El Idrissi, not a factor in the last World Championships. Maybe a TV viewer for Rio. She's a world champion now. The sport where new names emerge all the time, and Fatima El Idrissi, going into the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, is the 1500 meters world champion. Glory for Francia Soria, the Pan Am silver medalist, her first global championship. El Idrissi gets the gold for Morocco on her debut. Osorio the silver for Colombia, Pautova the bronze for Russia, Zotova in fourth, and the European champion Greta Strain-Makita for Ireland in fifth. Chiwaya didn't finish. Neither did Kilnich. So the women's long jump, and this is the result. Kuharczyk, with that world record in round 5, takes the gold, 6 meters 21. Rakina, the silver for Russia, and the bronze goes to Croatia. And the previous world champion and the reigning Paralympic champion, Michaela Rostowski. Anna Nicholson of Great Britain in the shot. This is the F53, it's coordination impairment. She's 5th at the moment. The leader is Maria Pomazan of Ukraine, the perennial champion with 12.94. Nicholson with that 7.93. And that will be a brilliant lifetime best for Anna Nicholson. 8.47. She goes up into 4th place. Magnificent for Anna Nicholson. Her major championship debut from Washington in the Northeast. Mariana Oliveira next to go. Well, let's see what she can do here. Oliveira for Brazil, currently lying in 3rd. We're in round 3. Will it be an improvement? Send her higher up the medals. 9.09, good consistency across those marks, but she's in bronze. Wang is next for China. Wang Jun, the world record holder, in claiming Paralympic gold in Rio. That was 13.91. 11.21 she's gone out to this year, coming into this competition. Well, that was very close to the edge of the quadrant. And Wang gets the red flag for it. 10.94 remains her best, and she is in silver. Anna looks over, lying in 6th spot for the Czech Republic. Her 3rd attempt. 6 in this final, so they will all get the full 6 rows. 8.66, a lifetime best this year for an athlete we have seen quite a bit over the past couple of seasons. She's still only 22. Nice growing para-athletics program in the Czech Republic. Looks over, 7:46, doesn't improve, she stays in 6th. Maria Pomazan, the world champion in Doha in 2015, where she set the championship record, leads here, 12.94, and that's only 11 centimeters off that championship record. Wang in 2nd for China, Marivana Oliveira 3rd for Brazil, Anna Nicholson 4th for Great Britain.
تستعد اللعبة الإيرانية أمانولا بابي المحاولة الأولى في سباق رمي الرمح.
Got the universal relays coming up shortly, the 4x100 meters. Well, China 23 gold medals here, 51 medals in total. Brazil trying to push up, have got their 13th gold medal here through Elizabeth Rodriguez in that discus, 34 medals overall. Great Britain with 9 gold medals now, thanks to Hannah Cockcroft. Dead level in everything they've earned with Ukraine so far. Uzbekistan with their tally of 8. Finland with 5 medals now after Bispinen's 2nd medal, a bronze to go with his gold last night. And Poland, 11 medals. We're going there next for the Europeans next year in Bydgoszcz. Switzerland with 5 medals, Mexico 7, they've just picked up another. France with 4. You should be seeing Mandy Francoise Ali in tonight's finals. Hungary with 4, scoring in the T20 in the middle distance events. Ireland with that 19th major championship gold across the 3 major championships, and the bronze as well for Neve McCarthy in the discus. Namibia also in room 101 with Serbia and Indonesia. Malaysia with 4 medals, Iraq with 4. Luxembourg through Tom Habscheid, the shot silver. Perennially, he's only been the only member of the Luxembourg team, and they do have a 2nd para-athlete now, and there was a time when he had to be, in a way, part of the Belgian team, coached by his Belgian rivals. 63 nations have medals here. Venezuela with 5 bronzes. Those are all the nations that have hit a medal, and as we often say, there is that ranking starting with the top, but Bulgaria's 2 gold medals may mean a lot more than a huge nation with 20, or a tiny nation with very few resources, where the athletes have to fund themselves. It's nice to see which nations have won what, but you know, if this country's above that country, not sure it's the least bit relevant. Anyway, it's nice to see who's won what. Lots of relevance in the women's shot put right now. We are in round 4. Maria Pomazan is way out in front of this at the moment. She leads by exactly 2 meters from Wang Jun of China. Here's Anna Nicholson, coached by Richard Kaufman up in Washington. That's the English Washington. Chemical engineer out of Newcastle University. First major championship for her, the 24-year-olds. Britain already getting a fabulous gold through Hannah Cockcroft and silver through Cara Danigan in that 800 metres earlier. 8:47. She hasn't improved on the 3rd round throw. Mariana Oliveira de Nobrega for Brazil will be next to throw. Third in the shot in Rio in her home Paralympic Games. That's her best paras result. third the last time we were in the Gulf in Doha. Ooh, ready to go. Lives in Sao Paulo at the Club Amigos de Deficientes, which probably doesn't need translating. Neither does that effort. Best so far of 9:30. Not certain that's going to improve. Well, she remains in the bronze medal position for Brazil. Bit of anguish there. She's a 9:47 thrower. She's obviously looking for a lifetime best, I can only imagine. 9:30, very close to it in the opening round. The twice Paralympic champion Wang Jun. 10.94 in the opening round. Silver in the last two World Championships, and she's got that out a good distance.
Amanalo Papi of Iran has just...
And the Asian Para Games, she's won the shot at that as well, based with Tianjin, but that won't be her best of the day. 10.68, and she stays in second position. Maria Pomazan then, the 6 times world champion, 4 in the shot, 2 in the discus. Paralympic champion in London in the shot before she was dethroned by Wang Jun, and she is the reigning European champion. That's a belter as well. 12.94 is her best to date. She's won the last 4 shot put titles at the World Championships. And the last 2 European Championships she attended, she won the gold as well. 12.94 at best, that knocking around the same mark. Not quite exceeding it. 12.82 it was.
For the first time ever at a World Championships, it's time for the Universal 4x100 meter relay heats.
So, Anna looks over. Her final round throw down at 7.93. That was her best in the previous round.
100-meter universal relay involves teams of 2 male and 2 female athletes, each from a different class. Teams have a vision-impaired athlete, T11 to 13, an athlete from the T42 to
Has
47,
she improved?
or T61 to 64
Sova.
limb impairment class.
Best global result was 4th in the shot put at the last World Championships. That hasn't improved. 7.79 for the European bronze medalist last year. Malashevska for Poland, currently lying in 5th position with a lifetime best 8.44. Has to be beyond 8 meters. Klaudia Malashevska, bronze medalist in the last World Championships in London, and silver in the Europeans in Berlin. Based in Grudziądz. They have lots of great sport in Grudziądz. 8.44, she's in 2nd spot. Good athletic city Grudziądz is. got a speedway track there as well. Her dad Miroslav was a powerlifter and para-athlete. Here goes Anna Nicholson for Great Britain. Currently lying in fourth with a lifetime best of 8:47.
Well, Nicholson is just waiting. One of the heats on the track is getting underway, so we're just waiting for that to go, and now she will step up to the mark. So a big improvement on a lifetime best, 8:47 up from 8:12. Can she go further than that? Perhaps not in this one.
It'll be a touch handover from her to Mickey Bushell in the wheelchair. France are away, Great Britain are away.
Certainly no doubt in the effort.
Julian Casoli and Mickey Bushell on the final legs. France are going to take this one. Great Britain second. And Romania in third.
There was such disappointment from her last time, Mariana Oliveira, when she didn't break her lifetime best, because I don't think there's a throw that she can produce here that would get her any higher up, so she's looking for a lifetime best.
And in the opening Universal 4x100 relay, the first time they've been held at the Universal relay at these championships. Just a quick result: France first, Great Britain second, and third is Romania. As we wait for the third ranked women's shot put F35 thrower in the bronze medal position. Well, she's certainly put a load of effort into it. White flag given. Plenty of chat going on. Very, very warm.
So the javelin has just completed. We'll bring you the final
9:44. She improves from where she was before, and she's still in third.
And she's 3 centimeters off that lifetime best. It's getting closer.
Wang Jun of China. 10:44. She's the world record holder. It's out over 10 meters. That world record she set back in Rio at the Paralympics in 2016. Her season best 11:21.
تذهب للإيراني أمانوا بابي 47 متر 80 والمركز الأول والذهب ورقم عالمي.
So she's in second position.
البرازيلي 49 متر 26.
And she stays there, 10:75, doesn't improve on her round 2 mark.
The top 2 in this are the world and championship record holders. Wang Jun, the Paralympic champion, currently lying in second. Silver in this 2 years ago and in 2015 behind this woman, Maria Pomazan. It's a red flag for her though. It's the 6 times world champion. So Pomazan, 12:82, her lifetime best, her European record is 13:59. Wang, 13.91 with the world record as we go into the final round. Anna Luxova, based in Prague. SC Ju Praha club. And a marvellous athletic city in its own right. It hosted the European Indoors in 2015. Got the famous square and the open mechanical clock.
تستعد اللاعبة البولندية كلاوديا ماليزويسكا.
8.18 is her best of the day, and she stays sixth. Klaudia Malashevska, whose father Miroslav was a powerlifting gold medalist in the Paralympic Games in 1988. The first where it was decided from then on it would be hosted in the same city as the Olympics permanently. That was in Seoul. Bronze in Barcelona in 92, the first televised Paralympics. And he went on to be a bronze medalist in the javelin and discus in para-athletics. Maybe that's where Klaudia got her athletics bug from. The World Championship bronze medalist, European silver medalist, doesn't improve. 8.44 remains her best. 7.65 and she finishes fifth. On to the last four. Anna Nicholson of Great Britain, a lifetime best of 8.47. I don't think she can ask for much more than that. She's not going to rise any higher. It certainly looks as if all of these six are locked into their positions now. The gaps are just marginally too high. Nicholson would have needed, after that lifetime best, to have thrown a further metre onto it. So well beyond 9 metres, out towards 9.5 to go into the medals.
Will be
but
next
fourth
to
in the world.
First of all, for Brazil,
in her
it will be Mariana
major
Oliveira
championship debut she could be proud of. She rounds off with 7.65 and is fourth for Nicholson. If you've been watching up around Washington, up around the Northeast, you'll have been up early for it. Hope you enjoyed seeing how she's done. Her coach is Richard Kaufman, and there's a sports broadcaster with the same name. I'm sure it can't be the same person. Could be. Probably not. Mariana Oliveira de Nobrega, Brazil, 9.44. Now another 4 centimetres and she's got a lifetime best. She really wants it. She's put a lot into it. It's beyond 8 metres, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. She takes the backward step, gets the white flag. Based in the world's largest city.
No improvement.
Sao
Final
Paulo
2 throws. Next in
landed there once, and it didn't matter what direction you looked. Buildings all the way to the horizon. 9.44 her best. That was 8.80. It is bronze for Brazil and Mariana Oliveira de Nobrega. Wang Jun is 2 metres behind Pomazan, but she has thrown that in her career. The world record 13.91 she threw to claim Paralympic gold in Rio. Is this world gold? It doesn't look it. It needed to be on close to 13 metres, and that looks close to 11. So Wang Jun has her 3rd World Championship silver.
10.94.
Too much to ask.
So she takes the silver medal
For
and
Wang
the final
Jun,
put of the competition.
her best
Maria
was
Pomazan
10.94.
of Ukraine.
That was 10
12.94
metres,
is her best.
88.
The championship record which she holds is 13.05.
It's gold for Ukraine and Maria Pomazan. 12 metres 94. Wang Jun the silver for China. Mariana Oliveira the bronze for Brazil. Nicholson in 4th for Great Britain. And her final throw, there it is. We'll give you the mark. Might be the best of the day.
12.94 is her best.
But making their debut at these World Championships, having been in the Europeans, is the Universal Relay.
12.94 remains her best. That is bronze to Brazil and Mariana Oliveira, silver to China, Wang Jun, and gold.
So the first one is already gone. Second coming up in a moment or two's time. France in the first one. Just to give you an idea of how it works, the visual impairment category will go first. Secondly, amputee or limb deficient will be the second runner to go. The third runner will be the ambulant cerebral palsy category, and fourth will be from the wheelchair category. So it goes in that order. It is the first time that this has happened at the World Championships. We had it at the European Championships in Berlin last year. It worked ever so well. In the first heat we've already had, it was France who took it with Timothy Adolphe, Angela Lanza, Mandy Francois Alice, Julien Cassely in their group taking first place. The four fastest across all four heats will go through. So if you win, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will go through to the final. It is the four fastest times that will go through. France going first in the opening one, Great Britain coming in second place, and Romania taking third. South Africa were a non-starter in that one. The second one is about to get underway in the coming minutes.
So Namibia, Ishatile, Morere, Benson and Goaseb. T11, T46, T37, T54 respectively. Thailand do not start. Japan next to go. Their visual impairment athlete, Sawada, the T12. Then it's Atani, the T64, Takamura, the T38, and Akoma, the T54. The anchor leg, all T54 wheelchair athletes. And for Namibia, who we saw in 7, Russia with Tarasov, the T12, Soloveva, the T47, Slanova, the T37, and Bichanok, the T54.
We should mention as well, 2 male, 2 female is how it works, so it is even across the board.
And they can be in any order, but as we've seen in the mixed relays on the IAAF circuit, all the countries tend to work out the best gender ratio is male, female, female, male. But we're not seeing that here because there's a mix of categories. So Russia are going man, woman, woman, man. Japan are going woman, man, woman, man. And Namibia are going man, woman, woman, man. No, they're not. They're going woman, man, woman, man. Underway in the universal 4x100 meters relay. Russia, Japan and Namibia. And it's down to times. Russia with Tarasov. He's going to hand off to Soloveva now. Sawawa for Japan to Atani, Namibia, Ishatile to Morele. And Japan are sliding up because they've got a man here against the 2 women, Atani, so they're back in the game. Atani to Takamura now for Japan. Sonova taking over for Russia, and Benson for Namibia. The wheelchair racers about to get underway. And it's Russia with Bichanok. And the flags are up, the flags are up. It's Russia leading, Japan in second place, Namibia third, but I'm not sure there was a proper touch away. There'll be a stewards inquiry. 44.88, Russia take it in. Japan in second, Namibia in third. But there's been a yellow flag. I'm not sure there was a proper touch-off for Japan. And Russia will be watched as well. Russia win it in 44.88. France with the best time, 47.84 so far, the European record and national record. Russia second so far, 47.88, winning that heat. Britain third, 49.48. And Japan fourth, 50.76, but will they be disqualified? Namibia, 57 seconds dead.
So let's watch the replay, especially that final.
Russia getting off really strong, but Japan had moved up because they'd moved the sexes around. Atani was up second, handing over to Takamura.
Shown at the top of the home straight. But basically the Japanese wheelchair went out quick. There's
so Russia with the touch. Did Japan touch?
And he's accelerating away as she's
I have a feeling no.
make the touch.
Takamura had to touch. and didn't. It's touching off Ikoma, and Ikoma went too fast. There was a Russian touch off. It was slight, but there was a touch. And Ikoma started too early. He had to be touched by Takamura.
Of that heat. But
Japan
remember,
have been disqualified.
Across all 4 heats, he'll go through to the final.
Thailand didn't start. So Russia with the 47.88, Namibia in second, 57 seconds dead. But because Takamura did not touch Ikoma, Japan disqualified. Well, it's one of these fun events that gets the crowd going, and the athletes seem to like it too. Russia win that. Namibia in second. Japan are out, and Russia have the second fastest time behind France, 47.84, the French European record. What a pity. Just a little bit of coordination lost. They need to touch off. And the contact wasn't there, and Japan were disqualified. Takamura had to touch off Ikoma there, and it didn't happen. Ikoma was away, and he was looking the other way. He could easily have stalled a little bit, slowed down a little bit. Takamura was never going to get there. It's like chasing a bus. You'll never get there. She didn't. And she knew, but he didn't know, that the game was up and they were going to be disqualified. And from there, Russia took it away to win. Well, that's something to learn ahead of Tokyo.
So 2 more still to go in this 4x100 meters universal relay. France winning the opener, Great Britain second, Romania third, but it is the fastest 4 that go through to the final across all 4 of the heats.
Going to give you a couple of earlier heat results that you would not have seen. The men's 100 meters T35 round 1. You did see the world record for Iga Swiatek, 12.19 seconds. Safronov was second. Bordigón of Brazil was third. Heat 2 won by Artem Kalashian in 12.77. Jordan Howe in second. Zachary in third. Couldn't keep up with Kalashian. Women's 200 meters T37. Heat 1 won by Jiang Fen in 27.77. Second, Jolene Roberts, USA, 28.18. And third was Joanna Benson of Namibia, who we just saw in the relay here, 29.89. Heat 2 won by Marie-Françoise Ali, fastest in the round, 27.19. Second, Natalia Kobzar of Ukraine, 27.69. And also through in third is the fastest loser, Elena Tretyakova of Russia, 29.36. And Heat 3, Wen Zhaozhan of China winning that, 27.74. Second, Cheryl James of South Africa, a new African record, 27.98. And third, and also through to the final, as the fastest loser, Sabina Sukhanova of Uzbekistan, 28.41.
Fantastic crowds in. Loads of school children in today as well, as there have been over the past few days. Getting out to watch these fantastic athletes taking part in what has been a superb championships. A few photos to take home for the athletes as well. Must be warm over that side. They'll get a bird's eye view though of the remaining two universal 4x100 metre relays. Disappointment for Japan in heat number 2. Disqualified in the last 100 metres. It's certainly warmed up during the morning. Final morning session of these championships. We'll have an evening session tonight. We'll have the final of the 4x100 metres universal relay to finish us off just before 9 o'clock local time, and then we'll have our final session tomorrow evening, Friday evening in Dubai. The first day of the weekend over here Friday. Slightly breezy, but very warm. It's a welcome breeze. Burj Khalifa in the distance. Puts on a fantastic light show and water show with music at night time, if you ever get the chance. Canada have been well represented here. Their star man, of course, Brent Lakatos, picking up gold medals. The only disappointment, he missed out on the 1500 metres final. Didn't go in the 5,000 final last night, withdrew from that. He's working towards the marathon in Tokyo next year.
It's heat 3.
So the final, or penultimate I should say, heat on the track of the 4x100 metres relay. Third heat of 4. First leg, visual impairment. Second leg, amputee or limb deficient. Ambient cerebral palsy for the third, and the wheelchair category for the fourth to go. Turkey will go from lane 1, United States in 3, Spain in 5, and Germany out in lane 7. First up out in lane 7, Katrin Müller-Rutger will go first off. Johannes Flor second, Nelly Moose third, and Al-Hassani Balde will bring home the final leg.
In lane 5, Spain.
Spain will go from lane 5. The lady who's medal here at these championships, Iglesias Fornedo will go first, Andres Barrio second, Alavejedo Martinez third, and Quintero Macias will bring home the final leg.
In lane 3, United States of America.
The USA will go from lane 3. Noah Malone will lead them off. Deja Young, who's picked up gold and silver here, gold in the 200 last night, silver in the 100 the night before, and Jaylene Roberts and Eric Hightower, third and fourth. And in lane 1, it will be Turkey. Osno Alamur, Kerem Elias, Enes Sain, and Hamide Dongagoon, formerly Hamide Kurt, will bring home the final leg for Turkey.
On your mark.
Just remembering they do have to touch the next athlete that goes, so no baton involved as they are in the IAAF competitions, but you do have to touch the next athlete before they move out of their area which is designated for the changeover. Japan disqualified from the last one for not doing that. So Turkey in 1, the USA in 3, Spain in 5, and Germany go in lane 7. and they all get away with no problems at all. Noah Malone gets away very, very quickly indeed. He's the only male going in this category. He's already got up on the outside of Iglesias Forneda, and they touch and move forward. Deja Young is the second to go for the USA, and the States are out in front, but it is Germany with Johannes Flors, who's flying down that back straight, the double leg amputee. He hands on to Nelly Moos, and the Germans are in front at the moment. The US through Jaylene Roberts in their penultimate leg as they move around towards him. Germany will be led home by Alassane Balde. Does the touch happen? Yes, it does. For the Americans as well, it's Eric Hightower, but it's Balde who leads. Hightower is catching him. Can Hightower get there? Balde in first place, Hightower in second. Balde is just about to go on. He holds on for first, 47.06. Hightower in second. And that is a new world record. Well, Germany have absolutely flown that one. They started out quick. Muller-Ruttgard onto Johannes Flors, who did exactly that, flooring it down the back straight. Nelly Moos did ever so well. Great changeover to Alassane Balde, and they set a new world record of 47.05. Well, Balde was being pressurised from Eric Hightower, and it may well be that both of those go through to the final. Such was the speed of this one. And Spain have beaten their national record by 6 seconds, but still didn't finish in the top two. 49.45. The Spanish have come home in, and Turkey rounding it up 52.00. No visible flags given. So it remains as a result. Germany first, world record time. USA in second, only just. Spain in third, and Turkey come home in fourth. Universal relays, they said it would never work.
There's the photo finish.
World record for Germany, Balde just getting home ahead of Eric Hightower. 2 males, 2 females. The USA went with Noah Malone. All 3 others went with a female athlete to start with, and the celebrations have begun for Germany. There they are, high fives all round. Muller-Ruttgard got away quick. Flors in second. Nelly Moos, the third leg, and Balde anchoring it, bringing home a world record. The party's begun. The final will be tonight, and they surely will go into it as the favourite at present. World record 47.05. American record of 47.08 for the United States. Spain in third with a national record of 6 seconds better than they had before, and Turkey coming home in 52 flat in fourth place. Well, Spain are still celebrating because they've absolutely slashed their national record. They still may go through, because just remembering, across the 4 heats, the 4 fastest teams go through, regardless of where you finish in your heat. So it doesn't matter if you win it, you still may not go through because of the time required. That final leg exchange, by the way, is a 40-metre exchange. It's 30 metres for the rest of them. Because of the wheelchair category at the end, it becomes a 40-metre exchange. James Turner did well this morning. Yeah, another gold medal for him. That's 5 in the last 2 World Championships. Go the Aussies.
We'll be seeing them in the next heat, along with last night's silver medalist Chad Perris. This is a way to get extra fans for para-athletics, and in many ways the best way. Stands full over on the far side and pretty much on the near as well. did see an article earlier in the week saying, well, it's such a pity considering that the crowds were up on 40,000 in London, but you can't have every World Championships in London. Got to spread the word. Crowds are way, way up on the last time we were in the Middle East 4 years ago in Doha, and it is Kobe next in Japan. And well, I hope there's a big knock-on effect there. It's obviously the Paralympic Games next year. These championships have been live on TV in Japan on NHK. Main public television there. Olympics and Paralympics next year. World Championships in 2021. So hopefully there's a massive knock-on effect, and that it spreads around the country. But definitely the crowds are far in excess of the World Championships 4 years ago in Doha, and even more so than the European Championships that were in Swansea in 2014. Yeah, it's really cold here, so that's wise. Australia, coached for quite a long time by Irina Dostina, originally from Ukraine. They have been one of the perennially successful para-athletics nations. A small program in powerlifting, actually. They've got a few good lifters. Kelly Cartwright is a powerlifter now. But the New Zealand team is even smaller, so much so that Australia and New Zealand had the same coach at the powerlifting World Championships this year, which is fine, works out well, until both countries have got lifters at the same competition. So the coach had to wheel different athletes on stage and change his kit. More changes than Jennifer Lopez. I actually had to change his kit 6 times in the same competition, wheeling different athletes out. Swapped the Aussie top for the New Zealand one. And this is the 4th and final heat of the Universal 4x100 meters relay opening round. And it features some great champions, not just from this week. It features some great champions from not just this week, but from previous years. And on the start line for Australia, you can see the instantly recognisable figure of Chad Perris. He's first to go for Australia. Oksana Corso is later on. Ayola Deadeye to start for Italy. Italy, Australia, China and Canada. And China with multiple gold medalists here.
In lane 7, Canada. England, Ingram and Frotto.
Canada with Austin Ingram, Marissa Papakonstantino, Zach Gingras and Jessica Vrotten. They're finishing off with a woman wheelchair racer. Now that's a good way to mix it up. Man, woman, man, woman. It's different, can it work? China, Xu Guhao, Wang Hao, Wen Zhaoyan and Lu Yang. Man, woman, woman, man. For Australia, the 100 metres silver medalist.
A sheep to a kangaroo, clothes on out the back, veranda out the front.
I didn't want to interrupt him. Chad Perris, Sarah Walsh, Tamzin Colley and Luke Bailey. Man, woman, woman, man. Italy, Ayola Deadeye. Excellent sprinter and jumper. Simona Managrasso, then the ambulance athlete Oksana Corso, taking over the coordination category. Former world champion and European champion Diego Gastaldi, wrapping up the wheelchair racer. So woman, man for Italy. He can do everything, that Paris. So Germany the fastest, 47.05 with a world record. USA 47.08, France 47.84, and Russia 47.88. That is the fourth fastest time and what everyone's aiming for. Doesn't matter if you win this and you're slower, then everyone's eliminated. And if everyone's faster than 47.05, well, they've all broken the world record and they all go through. So Italy, Deadeye, Managrasso, Corso, Gastaldi. Australia, Paris, Walsh, Colley, Bailey. China, Zhu, Wang, Wen, Liu. Canada, Ingram, Papa Constantino, Gingras, and Broughton. And Paris for his encore. Oh, I hope they reach the final. We'll have to pick a different tune. Can't do repeats. There's no repeat Thursday. See, it's a pity his events weren't Friday and Saturday last week. Then he could have been in the comms box with us all week, as he was in London.
We wouldn't have got a word in.
So, Heat 4, Italy, Australia, China, and Canada. Deadeye, Paris, Zhu, and Ingram. So, Ayola Deadeye is the only female athlete among the visually impaired quartet. And Deadeye is with her guide Regabello, and Zhu with her guide Jie, as they are both T11. Chad Paris is a T13, and Austin Ingram a T13. Just need to reset. Ayola Deadeye, who's definitely made headlines, quite a few TV profiles back in Italy. And the same with Chad Paris. Loads of mentions of him in the Aussie media, actually the Irish one as well, because Jason Smith won the 100 metres yesterday. So everybody can reset if they want and get comfortable. Ayola Deadeye, the former long jump world champion, remember? 5 European championship medals across the 100 and the 200. He's been a silver medalist in the 2 and the long jump, but that was in Swansea in 2014. Thought Chad was going to go over and give a hand there for a second. Further up, that's Marissa Papaconstantino. These are the ambulance athletes. This is the second leg. Sarah Walsh for Australia, the long jump bronze medalist. Born in Sydney, based in Canberra. Both her parents are Irish. We'll have to try and nab her afterwards and find out where they're from. Managrasso for Italy and Wang for China in that ambulance second leg. The coordination for Italy, Oksana Corso, the former world champion for Italy. Tamsin Colley for Australia, Wen for China, who's already got some golds, and Zach Gingras for Canada. She's actually been in action earlier today. Successfully went for China. She won a heat. And the wheelchairs, Castaldi for Italy, Luke Bailey for Australia, Liu for China, Rutten for Canada, Italy going woman, man, Australia man, woman, man, China man, woman, man, Canada man, woman. And away we go. Paris out for Australia. Deadeye for Italy, will be a little bit behind. We'll be interested to see what they do when they pick up. So Australia, Chad Paris to Sarah Walsh. Sarah Walsh taking it up for Australia. The bronze medalist, Paris de Silva, Shuna Wang for China. Ingram to Papaconstantino for Canada. Handing over for Italy now. Corso, Colley for Australia, Wen for China, Gingras for Canada. China well out in front. Liu to take over. Canada out in the lead. China first, Canada second. Liu is going to bring them home. They have to be inside, 47.88. Canada will take this. Through Liu. It's a world record, 46.36 for China. Canada in second, Italy third, Australia fourth. So we don't get to hear a second choice of tune from Chad Paris, but China break the world record. 46.35. Canada in second in this. 50.38 are eliminated. So are Italy in third and Australia fourth. Like swimming, it's only the fastest times. And China qualify with that world record. Russia miss out on the final. It'll be China, Germany, the USA, and France. Germany now with the European record. France had set a European record in the first heat, but lost that. United States with an America's record. Well, China got away really well to Zhu, handed over to Wang, Wang to Wen. The lead was substantial. Sarah Walsh just couldn't pull it back, having been sent through by Paris, and when Luke Bailey took over, he too much to do for Australia. But a big winning margin, 4 seconds, China ahead of Canada. As Tamsin Colley handed over to Luke Bailey. China with a world record, as Wen passed over to Liu. Canada were pushing them for a bit, Gingras to Rutten, but Liu shot clear. That is China's world record.
One thing to mention as well in the final, it doesn't have to be the same 4 athletes who have gone in these heats. It can be 4 completely different athletes if they so choose, but you have to have those 4 categories in place.
But those positions are fixed, unlike the mixed relay where you can change it during the race, which is a nightmare for commentators. So China win it, world record, 46.35. Canada second, Italy third, Australia fourth. China go through to the final, and the rest do not. China, Germany, the USA and France are a finalist for tonight's Universal 4x100 meters relay.
In men's javelin throw F57, a world record for Lins Noble of Brazil, 49.26. Pape with silver. Mohammed of Syria picks up a lifetime best and bronze.
And we've been watching the women's shot put F35 for a lot of the morning. Gold again for Maria Pomazan, 12.94. Wang Jun, the Paralympic champion, second, 10.94. Marivana Oliveira of Brazil, third. Anna Nicholson, fourth for Great Britain. More gold medals for China this morning. 23 golds for them now, 52 in total. Brazil with 14 golds, 36 medals. Ukraine with 10 golds, Great Britain 9, Russia, Australia 7, United States, Germany 6 golds each, Tunisia 5.
So we say the hottest morning until the end has been championship and world records yet again. That is the last of the morning sessions. 2 evening sessions to come. Do join us at 13:55 GMT. There'll be 12 finals, 6 in the field, 6 in the track. From me, Tolson Tollett, and Will Downing. Until then, we wish you a very good afternoon, evening, or morning. Bye for now.
Start to dance and now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too, I'm in love with your body.